From breakfast on through all the day, at home among my friends I stay, but every night I go abroad, afar into the land of Nod. The painting The Land of Nod by Charles Sims was inspired by the poem of the same title by Robert Louis Stevenson, published in 1885 in his collection A Child's Garden of Verses. Charles Sims studied in London and Paris and was recognized early on as a portrait artist and also for his lyrical paintings at the tail end of the Victorian era. This particular painting was completed in 1906, just after he had an exhibition at the Leicester Galleries in London, and was included in the 138th summer exhibition at the Royal Academy. It was painted during a particularly idyllic period of the artist's life when he and his family were living in Sussex, and really captures his exquisite draftsmanship and his mastery of this soft, muted color palette, which has kind of these silvery grays and maroons and all of these sweet expressions on the young children as they're slowly drifting up into their dreamland.
I'm excited to show you these 5 large-scale bronze works by leading French artists of the Beaux Arts period. Each of these artists studied at the Ecole des Beaux Arts in France during the last half of the 19th century and leading into the early part of the 20th century. The works on display here show a fine level of modeling, chasing, and patina inherent from their relationships with leading foundries of the period. What I love most about these 5 pieces is the particular attention to detail in the hair, foliage, hands, and feet. Training for these artists was rigorously academic with exacting standards. Some of these artists would go on to teach other students, in particular these 2 castings made by artist Georges Gardet. He was a teacher for student Louis Richer. Important to note too, in addition to the fine quality of the models, is the larger scale, particularly in these 2 pieces here.
Let's take a look at this card table that's featured in our Decorative Arts auction. It's by the school of Duncan Phyfe, who is the ultimate American success story. He's coming over from Scotland at the late 18th century and finding his home in New York City, where he becomes a successful cabinet maker. From 1805 to 1820 is when he really finds his stride, and he becomes known as the United States Rage because his popularity is so high and in demand from New England all the way to the South. Collectors such as John Jacob Astor and even the White House featured his pieces of furniture. What he's known for is the neoclassical design, which he's incorporating from Europe and giving it his own flair here with well-proportioned pieces of furniture, hand carving, which you can see on this particular card table. What's great about this table is that it's a trick leg table. And what that is a feature of fly rail in the back with a series of pins and steel plates that correspond to the rear legs, which all simultaneously hinge out to support the top. At the time, these tables were twice as expensive to produce as a regular 4-legged card table. It's a fine example that has withstood the test of time and featured in our Decorative Arts auction.